Hey Dungeon Masters, looking for a holiday-themed one-shot to celebrate the shopping season? One that explores ideas of unfettered capitalism, oversaturated pop trends, and the evils of loot boxes? Well, I created one all about Labubus. Labubus, they're still a thing, right? No, that was just like a summer fad? Unbelievable. Well, that's just the risk of chasing trends, but you know, a flash-in-the-pan commodity can be dangerous in other ways too, and that's exactly what this adventure is all about. It's called Attack of the Boolalas, a fun one-shot adventure for new players and veterans alike. And since this is inspired by Labubus, let me get a little more into character. Hey, here we go, I'm feeling more ugly cute already. And by the way, I'm pretty sure this might be the dumbest I've ever looked at a YouTube video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, this adventure actually started as a one-shot. I ran for some great fellow D&D tubers. Kim from Quest for Terrain, Karl from the Karl Makes Stuff, and Rich from Renegade Rolls. And it was so much fun, I decided to flesh it out and publish it on DriveThruRPG. So it is available to buy, but in the spirit of giving, I wanted to ensure anyone who wants to has the option to get it for free, so be sure to watch to the end to find out how. Now, with those introductions out of the way, let's get rolling. Our adventure begins in the town of Boolalas, founded a century ago as a stronghold for a group of adventurers. Those same heroes tamed the nearby wilderness, making it habitable, peaceful, and, well, quite boring, but we'll get to that later. Unfortunately for our town, however, it appears that recently, Boolalas has fallen under a curse, and evil spirits now terrorize the town. Residents barricade themselves in their homes, and some have even fled in terror. It's gotten so bad, in fact, that a literal call to action spreads across the kingdom, with the local mayor promising 500 gold pieces to anyone who could rid the town of these spirits. Enter your heroes. Their first obstacle is actually getting into the walled city, as the guards who are supposed to be on duty are too afraid to show up to work. So players need to improvise and find their own way in. They then meet with the town mayor, who coincidentally only talks with them through a mail slot, as he's too afraid to actually meet anyone face-to-face. And he gives them a few leads to check out, including Miss Needleberry's farm, whose crops were destroyed and animals spooked, the Boolalas Town Library, whose librarian Marin is dealing with the shattered pieces of the town's founder statues, and the local blacksmith Foryun, whose furnace literally blew up due to sabotage. The party can choose which NPC to help, or even all three. Each has their own unique challenges and rewards. And as our heroes search for clues, they find that their investigation into ghostly hauntings is interrupted by a ghostly haunting. Who would have thought? Specifically, Ruckus, owner of the Tall Tale Tavern, is heard screaming as he runs away from his bar due to a freaky phenomenon currently in progress. He tells the party that it's under attack by ghosts, leading them to rush to the tavern in order to capture these spirits in hopes of getting paid that sweet, sweet moolah. The adventurers arrive to find nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everything's fine. At first, at least. Then, weird ghostly manifestations happen, culminating in an ambush by the Boolalas, including these guys, and this guy, who all seem hellbent on making mincemeat out of our heroes. And as a peek behind the screen, this was actually a pretty tough fight in all my playtests, but they all survived. Mostly, and in doing so, they discover the true cause of these hauntings is more bizarre than they could have ever guessed. It's the town's children, or more specifically, their toys. They're cute, adorable, fire-breathing, bone-crushing toys. And when the party questions the children, they'll be like, hey, don't blame us. We might have wrecked this tavern, but all that other stuff, those were other kids. They got Boolalas too. And if all of our friends get to destroy the town, why can't we? And by the way, why do you care anyway? You're not my dad. I'm paraphrasing here, of course, but that's the gist of it. It turns out that the mastermind preying on these dopamine-addicted youths is Marvolo, a gnome inventor and distributor of Boolalas, all for financial gain. He's a self-made businessman, and like most people willing to disregard all morals and principles for the accrual of wealth, he's pure evil. Or actually, I guess, more neutral. He doesn't really care what happens or if any negative repercussions as long as he gets rich. You know the type. So the heroes learn where this guy's shop is and set off to find it, which leads to a fun little puzzle that I won't spoil here, so there's still one surprise for you to uncover. But when the heroes do make it in, they meet Marvolo, who dresses kind of like the Dream Finder. I don't know if anyone gets that reference. It's an old defunct Disney character who used to be at Epcot Center. Anyway, he says, actually, I have a no refunds policy, but if you're interested, I do offer a high quality, terrifying monster that I have trapped in a crate over there. Would you like a demonstration? Enter the Boolala, a Cronenberg-esque amalgamation of Boolalas all melted together like a pack of gummy bears in a hot car. And all of its heads have different powers, so they're all like pew pew pew, throwing basically the entire periodic table at your players. Oh, and it can also regurgitate a whole swarm of Boolalas, so that's fun. And after another exciting combat with a bunch of Boolalas, hopefully the players win and stop Marvolo, the Dreamfinder guy. Then they'll be heralded as heroes by the town residents, including the children, because finally something interesting has happened for the first time in their lives. But if the players fail, no worries, Marvolo simply jumps to the next town to start the process of profiting from the destruction of the environment all over again. And good thing this is just a fantasy and nothing like that ever happens in real life. Anyway, speaking of capitalism, as I said, this adventure is now currently available on DriveThruRPG, but in the spirit of the holidays, for a limited time, I'm giving it away for free on my Discord, link below. And if you want to watch a full playthrough of this entire adventure featuring some amazing creators, check out the full video down in the description. Thank you to all these fine people for helping me make this adventure, and hey, if you like free adventures, you'll love this one involving a prank on your players that may fracture party trust for quite a while. It's called Quest for the Florist Opal. It has an amazing twist, and you can get it for free here. So until next time, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos, and as always, may your day be a critical success.